Now let's think about what place on the strings we should apply the bow to. But first, as to this question of where the bow passes over the strings, and its relation to the color of the tone and its loudness or softness, piano or forte, I want to tell you a little about exactly what we are doing here. Well, let me go back a little. In the past, I often listened to recordings of Fritz Kreisler and marveled at the rich tonal volume he was able to produce. And yet, even with that fine volume, his notes were very gentle, light, and soft. Anyway, I listened to his recordings, and I researched quite a bit on this matter. And as a result of this, I discovered two factors. That is, two places where the bow can contact the strings. Here, have a look at this drawing. Usually, all of you are applying the bow here. But if you experiment, you'll find the sound produced there is quite different in volume from that produced by bowing down here between the top of the F hole and the bridge, just midway between. The volume you can get is quite different. And when I further studied this, I found that this latter place produced a beautiful soft tone, which was yet full of rich color. So, after much comparison, I concluded that here is where we should bow to get a rich full tone. I called this location the Kreisler Highway, because there I could get the wonderful sound of Kreisler, which I had heard on his records. And since then, I have been teaching students to apply the bow to that place. On the other hand, for piano, for a soft piano tone, I have them bow here. For a fuller tone, always back to here. That's the way I've been guiding my pupils. In short, for a rich full tone, we bow this point, midway between the top of the F hole and the bridge. Here, let me play a little to show you what I mean. Playing here, midway between the top of the F hole and the bridge, we get this rich tone. That's my Kreisler Highway, and with the usual way, bowing over the top of the F hole here, we get a soft tone. Thus we have or a quieter tone. I mean that, understanding this, we can now change the color or volume of the tone as we wish. This, soft tone. Or this. The full, rich tone we get by bowing this spot in the center just between the top of the F hole and the bridge. I have my students spend a lot of time learning how to bow this point as a part of their practice of tonalization. Then for a certain change of tone color, they can move back to the other point. Now also note that there's a dotted line near the bridge too. This relates to another factor, that is, Kreisler's harmonic or flageolet. He was able to get rich volume even playing flageolet. This is called flageolet forte and is played by bowing here very close to the bridge. We practice it like this. Now on the A string. The same volume. Like this. Unfortunately, harmonics, or flageolets, are often played so that the sound comes out too small. It's my feeling that the composer wanted all the sounds to be of equal loudness, but yet have a harmonic color. That's what he intended when he wrote the piece. But often we hear flageolets played so that the sounds are very small or nearly inaudible. We must avoid that. Instead, playing with this feeling. This. Harmonic forte. For if we really work on this, then we'll be able to get the same volume as with regular playing. Therefore, I have students spend a lot of time practicing this as part of their tonalization work. For I am always endeavoring to guide them toward achieving a better and better tone. Now, when you bow this Chrysler Highway, that location I explained, if your hand is stiff, you'll find a lot of resistance. So we work at relaxing this. Touch the bow to the strings, relax your hand. Use the strength of your thumb, but keep the base of your fingers relaxed. And as for direction, the feeling should be like playing a chord. And the path we carry the bow in is not out straight, but rather like this, dipping down. As we guide students in how to produce beautiful tones from the strings, we consider this matter of where we bow, this Chrysler Highway here, to be a matter of great importance, and we continually emphasize it in our teaching. And when we perform on stage, the resulting difference in volume is very noticeable. Full, rich tones, small, soft tones. That's why we work so hard at having our students learn how to control the volume of their tone. Then, for a change in tone, we can change over to get a soft tone. In this way, it's quite easy to vary the color of our tone. The key to much of this is this Chrysler Highway. And so that's why I have students work to learn it. I chose that term, as I said, because it was from Chrysler's records and his wonderful sound that I myself studied. Well, I wanted to explain here not only what point on the strings we have our students bow, but also how we guide them in this regard. Thank you.